Welcome back to another episode. இன்னைக்கோட எபிசோட் வந்து we are going to rate our favorite 11 Premier League footballers of all time. Each of us will be listing out our unbiased opinions of who should be the best Premier League 11 of all time.
Yes.
What year range are we talking about?
92 lah, Premier League era lah.
Premier League
92
era.
to...
To present.
Okay, wait, no. Maybe let's do நம்மளுக்கு விவரம் தெரிஞ்சு lah.
Yeah.
So ஒரு 95-6 onwards.
நான் வந்து 2000ல இருந்து தான் எடுப்பேன். From 2000 because எனக்கு ஞாபகம் இருக்கிறது from 2000.
Okay, let's do 97. 97. Because a lot of menu players have to be fair to them.
இல்ல. So I think
If you do 2000, Yapstam would be in the right?
No,
உங்களுக்கு ஞாபகம் இருக்கிற வயசுல இருந்து ஏன்னா எனக்கு ஞாபகம் இருக்கிறது 2000ல இருந்து நீங்களாம் என்னை விட வயசுல மூத்தவங்க ஸோ நீங்க வந்து
Yeah, correct. But you're a பொடி பையன். We are more, right? We are wiser.
Yeah, indeed.
We are.
Wiser.
We got more life experience than you.
closer to death day also.
ஆனா prediction பண்றது வந்து
You look like you are more like
oh my god. Hey.
You know what's the best part? I agree.
I know usually tell like this. I'm not
See, historically உனக்கு statistically எனக்கு numbers are not the favor.
Yeah, numbers don't
You were shocked உட்கார்ந்து
Actually, Dennis.
This episode took a turn very quickly.
Well, it took a dark turn very quickly.
Dark turn. So இந்த எபிசோடோட ஃபார்மேட் என்னன்னா 4-3-3 ஓட ஃபுட்பால் ஃபார்மேஷன்ல வந்து we are going to list out our favorite our unbiased top 11 players and our opinions of why they should be there. Okay, so starting with the goalkeeper.
Better check.
Go ahead. I haven't decided. Haven't decided yet.
I would have to say listen. Not because I'm a Liverpool fan, but just the way he's been a keeper, not only for Liverpool but Brazil.
But we're talking about Premier League.
Yeah, I know, just his performance. So, listen.
For me, Ederson. Yeah. Ederson.
Wow, how did we come to
Ederson?
consensus here?
Ederson, எனக்கு வந்து it was a toss up between Ederson and Van der Sar.
I'm surprised. Yeah,
Van der Sar was more all-rounded, but then Ederson seemed to fit the modern game more. So based on fitting...
But all
but
time
we're not
doesn't mean
basing
modern
it.
game.
Yeah, all time doesn't mean modern game.
Because we're talking like from 97.
That's a good
96.
point.
Yeah.
So you have Peter
So if we go in
Schmeichel
modern
there,
game, then we cannot choose like any of the treble winning players.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Beckham won't be in because he's not a...
Okay, modern game. Okay.
the format நீ பாத்தியா இல்லையா?
For me, it's better check.
Day. Okay, let me give my choice again for goalkeeper. Edwin Van der Sar.
Yeah. Okay. How do we decide? Okay, I'll state my case. Better check. I think numbers wise, he was part of the best defense ever Premier League history.
Yeah.
And he was very consistent over a long period of time. And அவர் வந்து was he changed the game for Premier League goalkeepers, I think. After he came only, there was a lot more prominence for goalkeepers, goalkeeping. And yeah, it was.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought that was Van der Sar.
Van der Sar and him around same time.
but I thought
Petr Cech was the one. Van der Sar was in Fulham first, right?
Yeah, Van der Sar was in Fulham.
But Petr Cech was the one who there was a lot of after his performances in that season because a lot of times he built Chelsea out and kept clean sheets and all that. And I think they only conceded 15 goals over the season. 14 goals. Who the hell can do that, bro? And I saw the saves he made in that season. Defense was good also, but the saves he made were crazy. So, and the reason and for what he achieved with Chelsea, I will put Petr Cech there lah.
Okay, but you remember his Arsenal days also, right?
Yeah, but he was okay also. But Arsenal is just
Arsenal, I know.
yeah.
So Alisson, as you know, as a Liverpool fan, right, the keepers that we've always had was what? Westerveld, Dudek, Traina, Carriers, Mingele. Alisson is probably the one of the few keepers in Liverpool who actually sort of like kept guard of the goal and really there were two players who mainly changed Liverpool in this current modern era. Van Dijk and in keeper was Alisson. Not only that, Poche about this one during his era, the 15 goals and all that. To me, that modern day Poche is Alisson. Statistics, there was also stats, if I'm not wrong, to actually sort of like say why Alisson is a better keeper. I don't have it on hand, but if Poche did not go to Arsenal, right, I would say Poche is definitely that. If I don't have that Arsenal memory of Poche, I would say Poche hands down is the best keeper in the world ever.
But trophy wise in the PL,
Poche lah.
Poche. Yeah.
How does Alisson come close to? I mean, he's a great keeper, all-rounded Champions League, FA Cup, but Premier League, it's...
Yeah, I feel I prefer Alisson because of the style, modern game, the way he play positioning, etc. But what achieved in Premier League for now, because of the statistics and the records, the medals that he's won, I will have to...
But the way basing this on medals and...
Yeah, that's definitely a
part of the
factor.
argument.
Definitely a factor.
It's definitely a factor. What? It's definitely a factor.
I don't know, it doesn't seem right to me because then we will not be able to put any players like Gerrard, even Salah in this case.
It's a factor. We never say it's the deciding factor. It is a factor.
Yeah.
If you see two players are very similar,
Yeah.
and you need to differentiate them, everything else is similar, what else do you look at?
Trophy haul, trophy count. Yeah.
Okay, I'll flip this on you. If Alisson played for Man City, would that make him the best keeper?
But
Yeah,
he
with the
didn't.
amount of trophies they won.
But he didn't.
You're asking hypothetical.
Yeah.
Really.
What sort of a flip is that?
It's like asking if I played for Man City with the same amount of trophy. Okay lah, include me because...
Okay. What if Gerrard played for Man U? He's the greatest ever midfielder.
Yeah, so yeah.
But then Alisson is still way better in terms of modern era. Right?
No,
Yeah,
now
but we're
we
talking
just
about the whole era.
decide. I just changed my choice because he reminded me this is not to do with the modern era. Overall Premier
If
League.
it's modern era, I'll choose Alisson also.
Yeah,
I'm a big Alisson.
I would have chosen Edison lah.
I feel because of legacy for now, Poche. Legacy, solo statistic.
And until now, he's one of the keeper whom Messi hasn't scored against. Yeah.
Oh, Arsenal won the Champions League. Yeah, that's true.
So I would unbiasedly, reluctantly have to choose Poche. So if you want to be Alisson is fine, no problem. I got no problem.
Yeah, no problem.
Actually, I'm happy if Alisson goes in.
I stick to Alisson. I think when I put Alisson and check, I still think if I'll think Alisson.
For me, Edwin Wenderser, because there's one stat that backs it up. 2008-2009 season வந்து 14 games for a 14 game streak, he did not concede a single goal.
Alisson beat the record, no?
Longest, if I know, I think the record still stands, if I'm not wrong. So
I think Alisson beat it.
Alisson beat it lah.
There was one in
Let
the
me quickly
18-19 or 19-20 season. There was a mention of it.
Streak.
17 Premier League clean sheets. Most by any Premier League goalkeeper in debut season.
Longest streak.
No, not debut season.
No,
I'm talking about
longest streak
overall.
of a PL club not conceding a goal.
Yeah, keeper.
PL keeper. The longest streak by a Premier League goalkeeper without conceding a goal is held by Edwin van der Sar of Manchester United. During the 28-29 season, he went an incredible 1,311 minutes without letting in a single goal, spanning 14 matches.
Fewest goals considered by a Premier League goalkeeper?
Fewest goals conceded
By a Premier League goalkeeper.
conceded by a PL goalkeeper. It could be Poche
In a season.
in a season. Poche.
Poche, right?
Yeah, Poche.
15 goals across
15
38 games.
Yeah,
Bro,
that one I
that's
know. That one
Crazy,
is a
bro. That's a
Yeah.
crazy stat.
So, if I look at that, okay, 14 games is one thing, but it's less than half a season.
Yeah.
This guy considered 15 goals
15 goals, that's crazy.
over 38 games.
how many?
That's more than half a season.
Half a season,
if he didn't concede a goal.
yeah. But credit also goes to the defensive.
Yeah, but same for Van der Sar, what, if you look at it. That way.
Yeah.
He also had Ferdinand and all that in front of him.
But Mourinho was more
Defensive.
known to be more park the bus kind of player, which I feel he contributed to that.
But won't that mean if you're a park the bus sort of player, you absorb pressure, then you counter? The ball is a lot in your
You
half.
absorb pressure with more players behind the ball.
Yes.
Okay, so the responsibility is shifted from just the keeper to the back four and
Midfield,
the back
back four.
the two backs of four at least. So maybe that takes away from Petr or the individual goalkeeping ability slightly, which is why I gave it to Van der Sar.
But in that season that he was, that record was 04-05, I think. At that time, they were not defensive yet.
Is it? I mean, they scored a lot of
United 3-0,
yeah.
remember?
They scored a lot of goals. Yeah,
A lot,
of
ridiculous
goals.
number
Yeah.
of goals. So at that time, it's not that Mourinho parked the bus. That time, they still attack quite a bit. For that reason, between Czech and Van der Sar, I'll choose Czech because of a long term.
Okay, I have no issues with Petr Cech being our goalkeeper.
In this case, I have no issues, lah.
Okay, so I think we have decided
Petr Cech.
unanimously Petr Cech will be in the goalkeeper position. Now let's move to right back.
Trent.
We're doing...
Name me a better right back.
Depends on what the right back is supposed to do.
Most assists by any right back.
yeah.
There's actually another stat. I'm sorry. You put Gary Neville there, I'll really slap you.
No, I'm not going to put Gary Neville there. I mean, he has a shout of being
He
there.
has a shot.
He has a shout. He was a good player.
Right back. Nobody, you see, there's this thing. Nobody ever grows up and say, like, I want to
That's
be a
what
right back.
Carragher said.
That's what Carragher
You don't
said,
have to lift his line.
No. I mean,
Who is your best right back, Premier League?
Kyle Walker.
Ah.
So it's a very unconventional, but I think he deserves to be the best right back all the time. It's all time. I'd say a Premier League right back.
Premier League right
Premier League right back. I think he has the physique and the ability to track back.
Pace lah.
No leh. I mean, if you look at
I'm
his...
trying to think of others also.
Exactly my point.
Kyle Walker, Trent irukare. Okay, fine. Arsenal, I don't think they have any good right backs. Manchester United, I think only in the Gary Neville was one of their best right backs. Man City, Kyle Walker. Where? Arsenal, Spurs.
Zabaleta actually.
Zabaleta is Zabaleta.
Ivanovic.
Yes.
Aspilicueta.
That's Ivanovic is also a good shout.
Yeah.
But when it comes to a right back going forward and also having a good defensive record, I won't put Trent at TA over there because he's defensively he has a poor. He's not there.
But if I'm building a team, right, we are going 4-3-3, correct?
Yeah, 4-3-3.
And a 4-3-3 formation, like you need that overlapper, correct?
Depends on because he's so flexible. 4-3-3.
So the only contention there, in my opinion, right, is Kyle Walker.
Kyle
honestly.
Walker. Yeah.
But if you look at it based on like the way they played, Kyle Walker always left the lobang, but Man City played in such a way where
There's no lobang for him.
yes. Whereas when Trent left, right, he still somehow or other comes back. And this season Trent especially. This season Trent was just placed at right back.
What?
No.
Defensively this season he improved
This
a lot.
season, yes, okay.
I'm
But
talking about
season
this
never
season.
finished. But we're talking
But
about
there's
all...
a huge stigma of
No, his season
Trent
finished
not
already.
being tracking back on time.
Yes.
There's a huge stigma behind
It's
it.
not... It's a fact.
It's a fact.
It's a fact. It's a fact. It's a fact.
So,
But attacking wise also.
attacking, yeah.
Attacking wise,
That's why I'm putting it more balanced to someone like Kyle Walker.
Trent is much more better.
Wait, by the way, உன்னுடைய choice வந்து நீ இன்னும் சொல்லல.
Yeah.
Kyle Walker lah, bro.
Kyle Walker.
I will choose... If it's 4-4-2, for me, no question, Gary Neville.
Yeah.
No question. 4-4-2, Gary Neville first one.
Yeah.
Then maybe Laurent.
Lauren.
Arsenal.
Is it the Invincibles? Yeah.
And maybe Laurent. But Gary Neville is E442. I have to say, if you're picked consistently for so many years under Alex Ferguson,
Yeah,
team,
he was
title winner,
consistent, bro.
treble,
Yeah.
and you get into a team under Mari, right?
The linkage with Beckham and all that.
No question asked, you must have done something
Jokes
right.
aside.
Yeah.
But if it's a 4-3-3, I'll choose Kyle Walker because I don't understand how you're saying what you just said. I legitimately don't understand.
Walker
as a
is
Liverpool fan.
amazing,
How
bro.
can it be Kyle Walker go in front, but he leaves gap and then Man City can cover up, but Trent doesn't have a gap?
Longevity wise,
Since when?
yeah, he's
I'm
good.
talking about this season.
No, we're
mean,
talking
but
about the whole
all
career span, right?
Previous seasons.
Number one, this season is not done. Number two, traditionally for the past 3 or 4 seasons, he's left a gap.
Kyle Walker, right? He only, in my opinion, he only started peaking when he went into Man City. When I was in
No, he was
Spurs,
good in Tottenham also.
He
He was good.
in
Very
Tottenham.
good.
That's why he went to Man City.
Yeah.
If not, Guardiola won't want you.
I think it was he really reached his peak performance in Man City. He was good in Tottenham,
Okay.
but in my opinion, I thought Man City was where he really sort of like developed better.
Sure, he's been here for quite some time.
Yeah,
also
he's
now.
a Premier League.
So what's your argument?
Yeah.
Trent is better.
Nah,
What's
what's the argument?
Because
See, this is how.
You see, no. How many assists? Okay, as a right back, right? How many assists does he have?
You don't really judge him by assists, right? You don't really judge
He's
a
a
right
right back. First
Right
and
back.
foremost, he
It's
needs
a
to defend.
defense for first approach.
First and foremost.
But
Okay, assist
pace,
for now, good.
Pace-wise, Kyle Walker beats Trent. No
Agree.
Yeah,
questions
agree.
asked.
Yes,
Agree.
yes,
Defensively,
yes.
Kyle Walker beats Trent. No questions asked. If you give
Yeah.
me bullshit like this season is not done number one, and this is just one season.
Trent's season is technically done. That put aside,
And it's just one season. Okay.
okay.
Kyle Walker does have attacking output. Not as good as Trent. Trent is an outlier. Trent and Robertson are outliers. They are outliers.
But if
Which
these
means
are
that they are special, which is
Yeah.
fine. But then why doesn't Robertson concede so many goals historically from his side?
He's good at tracking
He
back.
had Mane in front, Salah and Trent. Why can Robertson cover up? He goes as much as Trent, what?
Ama.
Robertson plays with Van Dijk most of the time.
Yes.
So Van Dijk
But
is really
Robertson
good.
also covers up.
I agree Robertson covers up more than he's more defensive minded than Trent.
But they had only 1 or 2 assist difference in their peak season.
But the Trent வந்து consistently assist பண்ணிட்டு இருந்தான். Robertson stopped halfway.
Last season drop off. Before that, he was consistent.
The question here is between Kyle Walker and Trent. If I
Yeah.
want to be my way of the vision I have in my 4-3-3 is my right back and left back are actually more attacking than actually more like what Kyle Walker does.
But in the history of the Premier League, யாரு வந்து has more impact on his team as a right back?
I think that's subjective. I will say Trent.
It's Trent.
I will say Trent.
You
I
see,
will
when
say
Kyle
Trent.
Walker is now, when he's moved on to AC Milan, right, nobody gave a hoot. Trent moving is like such a big hoo-ha. Of course, the way it's
But
played
to
out.
be honest, anybody is Man City, nobody gives a shit.
Yeah.
That's another thing,
Because the system is like that.
yeah, no.
Yeah, it's just what it is.
So
Gundogan
this
left also, nobody gives a
2v1
shit.
situation, would
Yeah.
you be okay with Kyle Walker?
Okay, we have to come to consensus here. Which is more important for the right back? Which is more important for the right back, the defensive reliability or the offensive reliability
Defensive
for you?
For me, it's offensive.
For me,
not
it's defensive.
Defensive.
Not
He's a-
defensive because 4-3-3, the formation is fluid. We can shift it in that way.
Okay, tell you, we come back to the right back.
No, if let's say if
We come back. Let's give benefit of the doubt. Because it has to be our centre back partnership at the 3. Then we come back to the right back.
Okay.
Okay? Give us a
Right back on hold first. Okay.
Right back, we have to remember. Okay, centre back.
List your 2 centre backs.
no, Reeves, your right centre back first.
Ferdinand.
Bro, yeah.
Okay.
No,
I think based on history wise, I think Ferdinand and John Terry.
Oh, I disagree. I put Ferdinand went there.
Ferdinand Van Dijk, ah?
Because... Okay, what was yours?
I'll put Vidic and Van Dijk.
Okay, can
Yeah,
also.
fine, that's fine.
Because Vidic is like a brutalizer. Van Dijk is your Rolls
I
Royce.
want that. I need that partnership. So I
Yeah,
can't
so-
have 2
Yeah,
ball playing
I would
centre backs.
put someone who really kills someone and someone who can really sort of like gently play football from the back.
I feel like Ferdinand also will kill someone, yeah. You see the way he fucking tussles for the ball a lot.
Vidic, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I know.
Unless your opponent striker is Torres. which is very unlikely.
Number one, I would put Ferdinand there because I never seen him like a player get a ball stop before. And number two, I would put Ferdinand and Van Dijk because their positioning is so good. But both are also very dogged. But I feel Ferdinand is the very pudicha player compared to Van Dijk. But he doesn't have pace, so Van Dijk can cover the pace.
But that was Vidic known for his face?
No.
No, Vidic is not known for pace. He's more for very aggressive.
Yeah. He's
defending.
like the
He would die for the team. He's a Skirtle, but better version.
Skirtle is like the pirated
version. That's why I didn't put Skirtle. Like
I would have Skirtle in my team, but like as a Liverpool player.
Yeah. No, but
because of the tenacity lah.
To me, where I was coming from is I need that difference in my centre backs.
Hold on. So what are your choices again?
Vidic, Van Dijk.
Vidic, Van Dijk. You?
VV.
Rio Ferdinand and John Terry.
Okay, so
You know that partnership will never work, right?
Bro, there's no pace in it.
No, because I know he's talking about another.
There's another reason why.
Yeah. Do you remember or not? The racism.
It's not already sleeps in his teammates' houses.
It's also racist.
Unproven. Cleared, by the way.
Yeah.
So we have 2 for Van Dijk, 2 for Ferdinand.
Yeah, so Van Dijk is in.
So Van Dijk, Ferdinand lah.
So I think it's easy lah. Van Dijk and Ferdinand.
So we 2 vote for Van Dijk. We 2 vote for Ferdinand.
So I think it's a solid partnership lah. You could.
I would put because the attributes cancel.
If Ferdinand is the centre back, then Walker is the right back, not Trent.
Okay.
No, I'm coming to why. Based on my left back, I think everything will make sense for you.
No, for me, like whoever plays.
But I don't think the left back you can argue.
Yeah, I know. There's only one person can be the left back.
Yeah.
All-time greatest.
Paul got just keep. But my point is, if Ferdinand is the right back, Ferdinand is the right centre back. It cannot be Trent.
So
It has to be Walker.
Okay.
Yeah.
Settle. Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker, John Terry. Kyle Walker, Ferdinand, Van Dijk, and keeper is Petr
Petr, yeah.
Who's the left back for you?
Robertson.
Liverpool best 11.
Ashley Cole.
Ashley Cole, bro.
Oh,
There's only one. Correct answer. That's Ashley Cole.
No.
Cristiano Ronaldo tough கொடுத்தவன்.
Ashley Cole.
Ashley Cole.
Ashley Cole. Bro.
Sorry, Ashley Cole.
We
I
don't
said
even
Ashley
need to argue this.
I forgot about Ashley Cole.
He was revolutionary, like in terms of like
He would play today's game.
Yeah,
I don't know.
perfectly.
No. I actually because the another one I was thinking was also Patrice Evra.
Close second. That's a close second.
He's good
yeah.
because like their style was very
similar. Almost the
Robertson,
same.
and I was thinking about the Trent Robertson and all that. So
But Ashley Cole
no. Ashley Cole.
changed the game.
Ashley Cole.
A close third shout out would be Dennis Irwin lah. But
Yeah.
I used to see all the old time videos of how he used to play. He was very good also. Very
For me,
composed on the ball.
it's a shout out, but not exactly in this list. It's Risa.
No lah.
Because of his shot or what lah. He's
Shot
a
power
shot
lah, but no
shot
lah.
power.
He's not in the conversation lah.
He's not the best, but I still remember his shot against Alan Smith lah. And
Oh yeah,
He
broke his
leg or
legs.
something,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
I remember, bro.
I remember, bro.
I was like in the I was like thinking this confirm purposely when you break Alan Smith leg.
How do you purposely shoot so hard to break someone's leg?
I mean like a murder attempt or something like that. That was me 15 years ago. I was unhappy, bro. Like, how dare he injure a person's leg? That was me last time. So, yeah.
So the team is now the back is Petr Cech, then we have Kyle Walker, Ferdinand, Van Dijk, and Ashley Cole. See this how you concede against this team.
Bro, you cannot concede, bro. It's gonna be a solid unit.
There's space here. There's composure here.
And there's space and composure here.
And composure
I think the weak link will be Ferdinand, but
No.
At that point, he was the most expensive defender.
yeah.
No lah.
Nah.
Ferdinand is class lah.
Okay, now moving to your midfield three.
Makelele.
Huh?
The center
Makelele,
Center
yeah.
defensive midfielder. Makelele.
If Perlo had played in Premier League, I would have said Perlo.
Makelele is solid, but was he Premier League? Was he?
See, my
His Real Madrid was the peak.
Yeah.
it's either Makelele or Kante. It's either one.
Ooh, Kante.
Kante is a shout out because he helped to win the Premier League for Leicester City.
Kante is like you it's a teleporter.
So in the center of the midfield,
I'm not talking about left or right. Center, just the center.
Center.
Kante. Maybe Kante.
Paul Scholes.
Are you talking about the defense?
The center.
The center defensive mid.
4-3-3 at the center of the
Yeah.
Then number 6, the 8 or the
This. I mean, I don't know what the next two numbers are, but this is the number 6 lah.
number
You know,
six.
in that three.
Is the number 6 or the number 8? Whatever
in that
you
three,
call
right?
it.
Your center.
Okay, then I have one player only.
Paul
That-
Scholes lah.
no,
Yeah?
Rodri.
Oh, Rodri.
Rodri from Man City. For me, now how I feel that football should be played with a very composed midfielder, and not rash in tackles. So Scholes was a shout out, but then he's a bit too rash when it comes to tackles. So
But Kante is.
Kante is another close
Kante
call.
is just engine, but he didn't do it long enough. So I wouldn't put it.
Yeah. But he won a World Cup lah. So
Yeah.
Rodri
you
was
know.
what?
Rodri won a World Cup. Nah, he won a Euro.
Oh,
Rodri
Euros.
He won
Euro.
Euros. But Rodri is
No, but Kante.
he's very close to Busquets for me. So it's a very
He
close
didn't
thing.
do it long enough for me. Not by his choice, but just
For me, the whole reason why Leicester won that
He is
Premier League
because of
Kante,
is Kante.
Kante and Mahrez and
Yeah.
that.
I
How are we going to decide this one, boys?
Kante.
okay. Let's put a pin on it. Who are the other two?
Kante. Then.
Okay, so Rodri will be the number 6. Number 8, I want someone energetic. So Roy Keane,
Sorry, energetic Roy Keane.
Yeah,
energetic,
Really?
yeah.
captain material. Roy Keane.
He's.
Why?
I mean, you don't define him by his output, but
No, I've
energy.
never
and
seen Roy Keane really play.
I think they one lah.
Huh?
He's like
Oh,
the,
yeah.
he's like a
Paidegaran.
he's like a character with an end product.
Yeah, correct.
I will have Roy Keane in my team. No matter,
Keane,
like
go.
I mean, I haven't chosen him yet, but if I were picking people like
Roy, I know,
in team, okay.
I
like,
know.
2 people will be Roy Keane and Gerrard for me.
And the one slightly advanced midfielder will be Kevin De Bruyne.
Huh.
Yeah,
So for you, it will be what the 3?
Roy Keane.
Rodri, Roy Keane, and Kevin De Bruyne.
Keane, Kevin De Bruyne.
Because for me, midfield you have to have balance. Maybe you like one player more, but if that balance in the midfield is not there, then I won't put that player inside.
For me, it's Kante, Suarez. Kante, Suarez.
Sorry.
Kante, Gerrard, and De Bruyne.
That's a good. That's a very
De
good.
Bruyne are the same.
But Gerrard can play
Gerrard can track back like he was a right back initially, right?
because he can play multiple
Yeah.
layers, right? It's either Gerrard or Lampard. It's either one.
Lampard வந்து கொஞ்சம் he plays a bit too advanced for
I
that
was
role.
thinking-
Lampard is more number 10.
Number 10 like
yeah. So I feel Kevin De Bruyne has to be there.
Bro,
Because
his output was so crazy, bro.
his passing range
I
is
swear.
outrageous.
Yeah.
Right. The only reason, in my opinion, why Haaland was the top scorer last season was because of Kevin De Bruyne. And it's a criminal offense that Kevin De Bruyne did not have a better striker after Aguero left.
That's true, huh? Yeah. Who was the striker for that time?
Yes, another.
Jesus. Okay. Oh, man. Shit.
I'm shaping it differently. So in my head I was like 4, 2, 1. So the 3 but it's a diamond.
No, but I thought,
No, the way I would rotate the players.
Like isosceles triangle. சொல்றேன்.
So the way I would have put is, it means interchangeable because I would have Gerrard in my team. Because Gerrard will cover a lot of heat map.
exactly.
So I would put Scholes because in a 4-3-3, this player you have to have someone with the brains to be able to distribute wherever.
That's fine.
Because the 3 will be scattered like wide and going in, this one will be dropping back, this one will push up. So you need someone in the middle with the composure to link everything. So I'll put Scholes. But he's defensively shit.
Yeah.
So I'll have Gerrard. Gerrard got the energy in his
Yeah.
peak to go in front, go behind. Don't believe just watch the Champions League final. 120 minutes he running back and forth.
Correct.
So I will put Gerrard there because Gerrard can cover everything. And on my left, I'll put Lampard. He can just stay up. Gerrard can clear the mess. Scholes can distribute. Lampard can pick up the scraps.
You think that midfield would have won England a World Cup?
With Sven-Göran Eriksson, no, because Scholes was a winger.
They play on the left wing.
So this is how I would shape it lah. And reason why I don't put De Bruyne there is because I think Gerrard is better than De Bruyne.
In what sense?
In what sense?
Overall,
My
my styling is consistent.
Okay.
I feel I need better ball players in my opinion. And number 2, De Bruyne has not done it long enough also. His drop off is xiao. Look at his drop off this season. He's bad.
This season because of injuries, right?
No,
It's
even
like
if he come back, he's not starting. He's back.
It's equivalent to Gerrard's almost last season, right? Gerrard's last season was not the best,
Yeah, but it's not this bad, bro. The drop off from last season to this season.
But it's because of injury.
Gerrard was benched even though he was fit.
But
by
Gerrard was
Brendan
bad.
Rodgers.
You can see Gerrard was actually declining.
Why I put De Bruyne there is because 6 Premier League titles, bro. Like,
Yeah, it's a no-brainer. There's a reason why Man City were outscoring most of the team. Did you see?
if this was a 4-4-2, I would have put.
If 4-4-2, De Bruyne would not be in. I'm sorry.
Yeah, correct.
Okay, let me be very clear. 4-4-2, De Bruyne would not be in. But in a 4-3-3, De Bruyne has to be in my opinion. Just the way he plays. One of the core reasons why Man City won is not because of God.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
It's De Bruyne.
De Bruyne, yeah. De Bruyne and Rodri.
After David Silva left, De Bruyne
He
too.
was,
Before that, I feel it was David Silva.
That was good, yeah.
De Bruyne was like that missing that he will really unlock any defense. His passing range is crazy.
So I think we are okay with having De Bruyne.
To me, yeah lah.
2 De Bruyne.
To De Bruyne fan. I mean, I feel Lampard deserves more credit, but De Bruyne is fine.
Yeah.
You're the 6.
Rodri.
For
Rodri?
you?
For me, it was Kante. Because the fact that A, World Cup, B, he brought Leicester City with Mahrez and all, won the Premier League.
Since my choice of De Bruyne is there, I'm happy to concede the other 2 positions.
Okay, I'll be objective here. I don't care much for either. I'll have to say Rodri. Because he won Ballon d'Or.
Ballon d'Or, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
you can't.
it's not...
And trophies don't care about where you start. Right?
Yeah.
And he had Vadi who was insane. He had Mahrez also. All,
Internationally, நல்லா பண்ணிருக்காரு.
yeah. Kante is ridiculous, but I feel like if I were to compare Rodri and Kante, Rodri did it slightly longer, so I'll put Rodri.
He's factoring longevity inside, yeah.
Longevity has to be slightly longer.
I thought Kante did it longer. Well, okay, fine. So what? We are concluding Rodri.
Rodri and De Bruyne.
I feel I don't care about either, so I'm just being neutral.
Rodri, since it's 2.
And the last one?
So Rodri, De Bruyne, and what was your choice again? You had you had Kante, De Bruyne, and someone. Gerrard. You?
Roy
Keane.
Oof. Okay, wait.
I'm happy to concede also.
You have Rodri here, you have De Bruyne here.
Gerrard will be a good balance.
I feel Gerrard.
Gerrard is a very good balance.
Because Roy Keane is more for his character.
Yeah.
I will put Gerrard in.
Gerrard, okay, fine.
It's either Gerrard or Lampard, but you guys didn't
But
choose
he was
Lampard.
very good in the earlier days. Roy Keane was
Lampard.
very good in these earlier days. Very
He
simple,
was,
very simple.
yeah. Very direct. Very direct.
Simple play. Never lost the ball either.
I said Lampard also if
Forward
De Bruyne
or
wasn't
something.
there. Yeah.
Okay. So we have Rodri, Gerrard, De Bruyne. I'll just put it out there. I don't like it because I feel Gerrard and De Bruyne are too similar.
I don't like the defense also. Because Ferdinand, to me, is the weakling.
Oh my god.
What the fuck?
I'm just putting it out there.
Ferdinand is fucking... Before Van Dijk was called Rolls Royce,
He was him.
Ferdinand.
Yeah, he was the...
I'm a Liverpool fan and I don't like many players at that time, but you cannot argue
even
with the
me,
class of this guy.
I love Vidic. Vidic is like a monster.
I've always preferred Ferdinand.
I preferred Vidic.
Ferdinand.
This is not a hate against many players. Like,
Yeah. I mean,
To me, if you look at players like Ferdinand, Van Dijk, Torres, it's like Roger Federer playing tennis. They just
Roger
glide.
Federer,
They just glide across.
No, I agree.
You won't even see them like break a sweat. Just like whoosh, the ball gone.
Ferdinand was, that's a whole different debate.
Okay.
Let's be
Fine,
objective.
fuck it. Midfield settle. So we have
Final
Petr
Fan
Cech, we have Kyle Walker, Ferdinand, Van Dijk, Ashley Cole. The defense is fucking like you can come on it. then in front you have Rodri, okay, settle. Then you have Gerrard, you have De Bruyne. How to beat this team?
You cannot, bro. You cannot.
You can.
Bro, the midfield is one thing, but the defense is like,
Defense
wow.
is like
You can.
all leaders, in their respective fields. You
Sector.
cannot, bro.
Wait,
honestly.
midfield is also leaders in their respective fields. Right?
Yeah, bro. Everyone is a leader there. Like, how can you beat this, bro? Like, mentality will be there.
Front
Front
three.
three.
This is a fucking hard.
Let me be very clear.
Before we approach this, you're talking about Ronaldo in his United days, not in his Real Madrid days, because you're talking about Premier League,
Let me be very clear about this. If your right wing is not Salah, right, I'm questioning our friendship.
Yeah, my right wing is Salah.
Let me just put it out.
I cannot.
No, let me just put it out there. If you all say anything else but Salah, right, I'll question our friendship.
For me, Salah. For you?
Usually was Salah on the right wing.
Okay, cool. So we don't have to
But
talk about
to be
I mentioned.
I want to give this a more give some entertainment value. Is there anyone contentious enough to be in the right wing spot?
Not gigs.
No, Giggs is not.
left.
Giggs won't be there. Giggs is a 4-4-2 kind of guy.
Beckham lah.
Not Saka.
No, Beckham would be in today's position, Kevin De Bruyne's position.
Yeah, true.
Not Saka, not Mahrez.
No lah, this one no.
No. Mahrez is too far behind. No.
Right wing.
Anyone?
Hazard is also not a right wing.
Hazard is from the left. What?
Yes.
No lah, Salah made it his own lah.
Salah is the best left wing.
Salah is the right wing.
Right wing, sorry.
Yeah, I can't find anyone other than Mohamed Salah. Numbers is there already, bro. He's just the top over there.
It's the best there is.
No,
The
scoring.
best there will ever
Salah. Okay, fine. So right
be. Good.
wing.
At least we are
Salah.
all about that.
So final two. Do you want to approach the centre forward first or the left wing first?
I think left wing first, because centre forward you're going to have a huge debate, in my opinion.
Okay,
left wing, Cristiano Ronaldo.
For you?
Man United Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah.
He won the Ballon d'Or also what?
Bro, that season 2007 2008 the list of awards he won,
Yeah, I know.
no one came
But are we
close
going
at
based on awards, or are we going based on like?
it's just a
overall
supporting
impact
argument
lah.
Yeah, it's a
So
supporting
if I'm going
argument.
overall impact, I'll say Hazard. Have you seen how silky he was?
He's good. He's
very
but,
good.
Nah, bro. 2007 Cristiano Ronaldo.
But then Hazard
when-
is one option. But if you ask me if he's over Ronaldo, I'll have to think twice. I have to think.
Never.
I would say no lah.
Cristiano Ronaldo was just
I
up there.
don't. To me,
I mean, he had that one peak season, yes, but he was performing every season.
My
Then his
question-
debut game already, he like fucking good.
would you put Thierry Henry there?
Okay, now they bring it up. He's my centre forward.
Again, we will come back to that. But would you put Thierry Henry at left wing? Because how I've always seen Thierry Henry play, right?
He's a left.
He comes from the left.
Left,
Yeah, I know.
Hence, I think Thierry Henry would come from left wing. Even though
He already comes from the left
Even though
side,
traditionally
not the
he's-
left
yeah,
wing.
yeah, yeah. Even
He
though
comes from the left wing against Carragher only.
I know what you mean.
But he's a left striker.
Yes.
So he's not a left wing.
That's the
so
thing.
it's now that when I will put Ronaldo and Henry.
I'll put Ronaldo and Harry Kane.
I mean, he deserves a shout, but
it's
no
it's an honorable mention lah. But I have one more person who comes there. Alan Shearer.
okay.
Okay.
Alan Shearer. He's
But I think Harry Kane is the upgraded version. No, okay, maybe upgraded is the wrong
No
word.
lah, it's like a modern
Modern
like a
day Alan
traditional
Shearer.
number 9,
So,
which you
okay.
don't get very often.
So, my என் மண்டையில் என்ன ஓடிட்டு இருந்துச்சுன்னா there's 3 possibilities in this.
on the left or on the
Centre
or,
forward.
or pairing or centre forward.
Center forward. Okay, ஏன்னா if you play Ronaldo and you play Salah, right, both will give you the goals.
Both will go in, so you need one to drop lah.
You need
exactly. So I have another player instead of Shearer for that. Wayne Rooney to drop back.
Oh fuck, Wayne Rooney. Oh yeah. Wayne Rooney can do everything.
He can do everything, bro.
Yeah.
He was our Gerrard.
Oh fuck.
He was our Gerrard.
I
The
was
heart and soul.
thinking Berbatov.
Nah, bro.
I mean,
Berbatov is good.
I mean, logical sense for this, Berbatov makes sense.
Yeah, so I was thinking logically. Rooney,
No, but imagine Firmino in that role.
Very nice.
The only reason why I'm not bringing Firmino in this, right, is because of numbers.
Yeah.
Because of numbers. But
Oh,
if
but
numbers
imagine,
are not a factor here, right,
Firmino.
Firmino would be the
For
place
these two,
to.
Firmino
You know
will
why?
rank, yeah.
These two will have a bigger ego.
Because he did it with Mane and Salah.
Yeah.
These two will have, the wingers will definitely have a bigger ego, and Firmino is the one player who does not have an ego.
Yeah.
Again, I go back to his book. He was actually saying he should actually taken more penalties in Liverpool. The only reason why he didn't take was because he didn't say it out, like our voice out, but he
He was cool,
like,
not voicing out.
yeah,
okay.
he was okay. Like,
Okay, wait. So,
Yeah.
what's your final choice? Like left wing, Ronaldo or what?
left wing, Ronaldo.
So right wing, left wing, we settle lah. Ronaldo, Salah.
His
So
striker,
center,
yeah.
who's your vote again? Rooney now.
So left wing under Cristiano Ronaldo, right wing Muhammad Salah, solely to be goal scorers.
Yeah.
Dribble pass and create your goal chances there. Wayne Rooney he can score goals if he wants to, but I see him more as
You
someone who
need
drops
to
behind.
remember one thing. He needs to connect with the midfield also. Huh?
Yeah, Wayne Rooney can do that
Rooney can do
efficiently.
everything.
Everything,
I
bro.
know.
Even goalkeeping.
That's true.
I wasn't worried because when Ronaldo left because I had faith in Wayne Rooney. So that kind of
Would you put
assurance.
Tevez in there?
No.
Okay.
No. It was
You?
have a good think.
While you think, I'll just talk. How do you? I mean, logically, I want to put Wayne Rooney, but how do you leave the guy out who's considered the greatest ever Premier League player?
Is a joke coming?
No, Thierry Henry. He's widely regarded as the
Yeah.
greatest ever Premier League player.
You know, there's this stat where they did very recent. I think this year they did a stat comparison of who had the most impact ever. Thierry Henry came second.
Yeah, then Ronaldo was first.
Cristiano Ronaldo came first. This was like some AI computed result, and then you can see Henry just like scalding at one corner because he doesn't like Ronaldo. Historically, he doesn't like Ronaldo. He has a grudge.
See, the strikers that's running in my head right now is like Drogba, Tevez, Aguero,
Aguero is a good shout,
Aguero
bro.
deserves
He's
a
a
shout,
very
lah.
good shout, bro.
Andre. All these players, right? But all these players are goal scorers.
Even Bergkamp can be a good shout out as well.
Oh yeah.
Dennis Bergkamp.
I was actually going to come to that point. I think Bergkamp might be a better fit here than Rooney. Why I
Minus
say that?
work rate, bro.
Why I say that, right? I go back to that point. We're building this 4-3-3, right? We are connecting these dots. If you look at it carefully, it becomes a 4-1-2-1-2. 4-2-1-2. 4-1-2-1-2.
Yes.
In a very center
4-1-2-1-2 when
Central.
4-1-2-1-2 when in possession.
right?
Yeah. Out of possession is 4-3-3.
But so what you're playing is not a center attacking mid. It's a center forward.
Fuck. Okay, I like.
But you're forgetting that
I will
both
concede.
wingbacks can.
I will concede Henry out. Okay.
Henry, I'm sorry to say, if let's say your left wing and right wing
I concede.
was a non-goal scorer side, Henry is in.
Yeah.
I concede.
Yeah.
Okay? Because then Drogba all will come in.
Yeah.
What I cannot get around is, see Rooney on I know, score goals and all that.
No, Rooney everything.
He can do everything.
Yeah.
He can do everything. But in that role, we need that one thing. Because I feel Rooney எல்லாமே பண்ணுவாரு. ஆனா Bergkamp was able to sort of like bring it up to a next level. He's not, I don't think Bergkamp was a prolific goal scorer because I think that was Henry. But most of the setup was done by Bergkamp.
He had Patrick Vieira and
But he had brains.
Freddie Ljungberg. Yeah, brains. Yeah.
Bergkamp had the brains, footballing brains.
Rare to see.
That is Firmino.
Firmino, of course lah.
Firmino is that modern day Bergkamp in my opinion.
Correct.
With a bit more work rate.
Correct. Because Firmino defends. He really goes back and defends. Bergkamp doesn't do that. And he doesn't need to with the midfield we have.
So who's your choice?
Bergkamp.
You are Rooney.
Wayne Rooney.
So it's down to me.
Yes.
Yeah, it's down to you, bro.
Bergkamp. Rooney, I agree. But to connect Salah and Ronaldo, I think Bergkamp. I'm talking about the connecting factor because your striker is no more a
Have you
striker.
seen how
I'll
Rooney has
voice
provided?
out.
provided to
I'll
Ronaldo.
voice out. Sorry, what?
Have you seen how Rooney has provided for Ronaldo?
Yeah, okay. So I will. This is where I'll voice out. I feel you're overlooking Rooney's connecting ability. You look at all the goals that Tevez scored, all the goals that Ronaldo scored, Rooney assists a bulk of those. And a lot of it was intuitive, like first touch. But you look at Rooney, you think bulldog, tenacious fella.
No.
But he
had
a lot.
very graceful.
He's very logical with his passing. One touch, intuitive pass. He knows when to play the final pass. He knows to pick a pass. And it's not
அப்பப்போ அந்த
spoken about.
கிறுக்கு தான வரும். That's you need that.
Not spoken about. And he's good with long range also.
Correct. I don't disagree. I completely acknowledge, because even if you ask me now, right, the only reason why I'm pushing Bergkamp and not Rooney is because of that footballing, that Firmino-like style. I feel that was more with Bergkamp than Rooney. Rooney was better. Rooney is better overall. Don't get me wrong. But for that particular role, I'm looking at one function only. Only one function, which is connecting.
Rooney can also. I don't. I mean, I agree
think
with
Bergkamp does it better in terms of connection. Rooney does everything. Don't get me wrong. He does everything, but the connection part, Beckham does better.
Okay, so maybe I since I'm deciding again, right? I will explicitly state my reasoning. So there's a bit of biasness involved to some extent, because I prefer, like I said, complete players. If I want someone who can connect play, Bergkamp can do it better than Rooney, probably. But Rooney can also do it. Rooney can do it very well to a high level. Cannot argue with that.
Yeah,
I think it's just overlooked. When you see Rooney highlights, you'll see all his volleys, all his bicycle kick, all that. So, but his passing is overlooked, which he can do very well. Especially in the latter years, he was playing.
His connection with Ronaldo, I agree.
No, latter years after Ronaldo he was playing much deeper. So he can do. But at the same time, Rooney can contribute with free kick, volley, header, long range, close range, and everything else. And he can also help out defensively. Bergkamp can't. So I'll put Rooney in. Because of this reason. If you're doing 4-3-3, it also has to be fluid with regards to defensive work rate. We don't want Firmino work because Firmino defended a lot. Bergkamp, I don't know. From my exposure, I never see lah.
I remember seeing, but again, I can't really confirm.
You had like Vada to do everything.
But then if that is a point, right, then my question would be, we have Rodri there, right? So equivalent to Vieira, right? Hence why I would think your attackers need not defend. All your attackers are going to do is attack.
But Vieira play 4-4-2 what?
There is more 4-4-2.
Vieira, yeah, 4-4-2.
Oh, that's true. So.
Yeah, so they had a wider midfield, so you cover a bit less surface area. And Vieira was known as an attacking midfield player, like a bit like Yaya Toure and the Mario thing. He drive forward from there. So, but if you're playing 4-3-3, by default, one of the striker does need to drop to midfield to defend. I think Rooney can do that better. So because of that, I'll put Rooney lah.
Okay lah.
And also longevity. Rooney did it very long.
United top goal scorer.
Yeah.
He did it from what, 02?
என்னோட rational என்னன்னா
at peak United 02 till like 2012, 2010.
My rationale was in the front three, Ronaldo, Salah and Rooney, they can interchange positions easily.
Yeah, they can,
And எனக்கு பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் attacking front three வந்து when it comes to positioning, that you can be fluid, you can change positions to confuse the defense. It's
Ronaldo
not like for
can
me.
drop to center, Salah can drop to center, Rooney can drop anywhere. So our final 11 is Petr Cech, Kyle Walker, Ferdinand, Van Dijk, Ashley Cole, which I think is retarded.
Then midfield is Rodri, Devin De Bruyne, Steven Gerrard, with our attackers as Ronaldo as the left wing, Rooney as our centre forward, and Salah as our right.
Oh, it's a retarded.
Bro, it's a retarded lineup, bro. Actually, we can put this our next step. Maybe FIFA la we can just have this team and then
how to do the FUT lah.
FUT. Wow, that would be crazy, man.
That would be so fucking.
I'll be.
You use a secondary school. This will be on my A4 paper.
Yeah.
Then you flick the pencil.
Lesson அங்க வந்து நடந்துட்டு போயிட்டு இருக்கோம்.
Talk about dream formations.
It's just me and the boys like just doing all the formation.
அதனால தான்டா இப்ப நம்ம
Yes, we are living our dream now.
Yeah. Last time you draw your one team, another team, then you put the pencil or the ball pass to this guy, then you put the pencil, you press down. You gonna do that? Eyesight.
Okay,
Okay.
bye.